We thank the Lord for this day, for this new day that we've never seen before, a brand new day that the Lord has created for us to dwell in, clothed us in our right minds, given us use of all of our limbs, all of our faculties, and all of our senses that enables us to go forth and thrive in this amazing new day that He's given us. Today we're going to talk about and discuss a study that's entitled Capacity to Change Your World. God sees opportunity in adversity, and so should we. Today, many are experiencing hard times, misfortunes or tragedy, difficult situations or conditions, so much misfortunes, coronavirus, unemployment, scarcity of supplies, and tragedy. More than 100,000 souls, unfortunately, have left this world as a result of the coronavirus. It's rampant, you can see. But layered on top of that is the senseless racial attacks and deaths being condoned by federal, state, local, and city leaders of the law. Even some people choosing to use these kind of difficult times as a cloak for their agenda, as a cloak to destroy and to steal that which belongs to others. Truly, these are signs of distress, worry, and desperation, and they're everywhere. Many people feeling frustrated and powerless to positively change their world. This condition is prompting raw emotions to emerge. Confessions, conduct, speech, whether it's spoken or written, words that come to us or that we see, whether it's on local or national TV, whether it's on cable, or whether it's on the internet, through various social media venues or websites. They're all showing an outrage and helplessness being experienced and felt by people all over this country. When you layer the pandemic, it's all over the world. But people not being able to deal with this kind of senselessness anymore. They're reaching their proverbial breaking point. What's happening? What we're experiencing is something that's talked about very little. But what we're experiencing is something that's been present for quite some time. It's just beginning to have a more outward effect. This is the spirit of Antichrist in the world. People spending most of their time every day that's given, time given to them by the Lord, to speak about and to do everything within their capacity, within their abilities, except show what they have in common with Jesus and acknowledging the Lord. A state where God doesn't exist in the minds and hearts of people. Their life does, but God doesn't. In a situation where these other topics are of more interest than the things related to God, is a state where the spirit of Antichrist is plaguing the world. But the Bible said that it would come and that it would be seen in the latter days. And people have been saying these are the latter days for some time. But it's important for you to understand and to be educated by the fact that the trend of people having conversations, the trend of information that's being communicated all day long, and that communication involves things that show that people are have a relationship with God, or that they belong to God, or have an association with God, is a world where things that are against Christ, things that are not like Christ, are thriving. So what you see is a world where things that are not like Christ are thriving. Anti-Christ. To ground us in the study, there are 4 key Bible spelling words. The first Bible spelling word is adversity. Adversity is defined by Webster as meaning hard times. The second definition for adversity is misfortune or tragedy. And the third and final definition for the word adversity is a difficult situation or condition. And that's what we're dealing with today. Difficult situations and difficult conditions. Our second Bible spelling word is opportunity. Opportunity is defined by Webster as a good chance for advancement or progress. You might have heard someone say, I would like a shot at that thing. Well, the word shot is the second definition for the word opportunity. Shot. And the third and final definition for opportunity is a chance for greater success. And that's the one that we're going to focus on, that definition there. Because opportunity is not just about success, it's about greater what? Success. We all desire in one form or another greater success. So opportunity helps us understand also some of the things that are happening around us and why. A chance for greater success. Our third Bible spelling word is the word capacity. Capacity is something that we all have. We might not think about it in this manner, but capacity is something that we all possess. Capacity is defined by Webster as mental and physical power. The second definition for capacity is ability to contain or deal with something. And our third definition for the word capacity is power to grasp and analyze ideas and cope with problems. And our fourth and final Bible spelling word is the word grace. We use the word grace often, but what does grace actually mean? Webster defines the word grace as a special favor. And the second and final definition for the word grace is privilege. And it is that privilege that God gives us every day when we have another day of life, when we are able to open our eyes, and as we do our systems check, we start going through our body. Can I see? Can I hear? Can I smell? Can I taste? Can I move my arms? Can I walk? We start going through our systems check. However we do that every day, we go through some kind of systems check. Sometimes you go through the systems check and you might discover that you might have an ache or a pain, or something might be stiff because you slept wrong or held your head wrong, held your arm wrong, or something of that nature. And then you wake up, you're going through a systems check, and your body then is giving you the status to tell you that something is not quite right. Well, it is a systems check, and what we're doing is confirming that we have what we need in order for us to go out and seek greater success than we had yesterday, greater success than we had earlier in our life, greater success that speaks to what it is that we want to be when we grow up, that speaks to what it is that we want to have when we grow up. So that every day in everyone's life, no matter where they are, they start with this systems check. But it is by this grace, this privilege, that God gives us this opportunity every day. If you are not the kind of person who lives as if though you come from God and who lives as if though you belong to God, you go through this systems check thinking that you are your own. You go through this systems check without even having God in mind. You start your activities, your quest for greater success without God in mind, which means that everything that you do on that day is going to be without God being a necessary component of your equation. But one thing that will happen to all of us as we go forth seeking opportunity is that there will be a need for us to take in knowledge, and that knowledge that we take in is often used to help us in our quest for greater success. That knowledge aligns us with the prism that we use for our lives. That knowledge enables us to look at the world in a way that causes us to see how close am I, what kind of chance do I have for achieving the greater success that I want, the greater success at that job that I want, the greater success at that promotion that I want, the greater success at that business that I want, the greater success at that scholarship that I want, the greater success at that degree that I want, the greater success at achieving excellence in this activity that I'm involved in. The greater success that we desire is going to be based off of the knowledge that we are using. And that knowledge that we're using is going to guide the prism or the view by which we look at life. Opportunity. We'll approach the day, we will seize the day for opportunity based on the knowledge that guides us. And if you are someone who does not believe, who does not understand that you are from God, that you belong to God, then you will more than likely go through the day. It will not be unusual for you to go through the day without hearing someone or needing to hear someone say anything about the Lord during the course of your day. It will be normal. But I'm here to tell you today, it is the wrong normal for anybody who is a part of God's creation to go through the day without acknowledging God, to go through the day without having some way of associating yourself with God, whether through prayer, whether through grace, or whether through reading the Word or meditation, or having a conversation, or praise, listening to music. There should be some association with God in your life. Because guess what? You are associating yourself with something whether you do it or not. And this is where the deceiver comes in. Deceiving people into believing that it's okay not to have to think about the Lord during the course of the day. That it's okay not to have to think about the things related to what God said in the Word. It's okay to think about other things other than that. It's okay. Not helping people to understand that those things, that knowledge that you acquire is what you're going to line up, and you're going to use that as the prism for which you look at the world and for which you go after opportunity. The Lord is saying his children who acknowledge him do not go after opportunity without him. But people who do not acknowledge him go after opportunity without him. They operate on their own. And that's the crux of the problem.
Oh, praise be to God, from whom all blessings flow. It is our prayer at Clay Family Ministries that your life has been increased with the increase of God through this study. We appreciate and are thankful for your fellowship during this life skills study segment.